What's up, Horror Horde? And yeah, you hear it. Halloween Kills. Your boy Horror Gamer's got a few things to say about it. So, without further ado, guys, let's get it. That's right, Horror Horde. Halloween Kills is upon us. Your boy Horror Gamer saw it, and I got a few things to say about it. But before I get into that, two things. Do y'all see it? I'm not in Horror Haven. You know, I've been trying to figure out a way to bring up more videos for you guys. You know, keep the YouTube channel alive and active. With me working 2 jobs and working a lot now, so I figured, what better way than to be in the horror mobile? So you're gonna see a little bit mismatch back and forth. Some videos in Horror Haven, some videos from the horror mobile. Probably see a lot more from the horror mobile because I can do a quick video on like a lunch break, or you know what I'm saying, after a shift or whatever. But yeah, so get used to seeing your boy Horror Gamer flippity floppity from Horror Haven to Horror Mobile. But before, well, now that's out of the way, before I get into this review, Halloween Kills, just know that your boy Horror Gamer's reviews have, that's right, spoilers in them all day, every day. And this one is probably going to be a very spoiler heavy review. So if you haven't seen Halloween Kills, pause this, go check it out. You can go to the theaters to see it. They released it on Peacock. It'll be on Peacock for like 60 days. It's the opening weekend in theaters, so however you can watch this movie before you watch this review, go check it out because I don't want to ruin the movie for you. Now, anything beyond this point is on you. So I'm just getting that out of the way right now. There's going to be some spoilers. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. There's going to be some big spoilers. So, know this. So, all right. Halloween Kills. A very, very controversial subject lately between everybody. It's either you really love the movie, you really hate the movie. I haven't heard too much of in between yet. So, where does your boy Horror Gamer sit? What team is Horror Gamer on? Well, I will say this. I fucking loved this movie. Like, this movie to me was a fucking love letter from the directors to the fans. And why do I say that? There's a lot of callbacks to the series, not just 1978. There's a callback to the whole series, okay? They have, you know, some scenes with the masks from part 3. The whole mob thing is a callback to like 4 and 2. The hospital sequences, I feel like, is a callback to 2. The actual like flashbacks to 1978 were so well done. Micheal looked amazing, and let me tell you something. The guy who they had played Loomis looked spot the fuck on. Like, this dude, I thought they brought Donald Pleasance back to life to play Loomis in this. He was spot on. The acting, I enjoyed it. Now, a lot of people were out there saying, oh, it's too violent. There's too much violence in the movie. The acting is shitty. This, that. Guys, it's a movie called Halloween Kills. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Did you expect in a movie called Halloween Kills for Michael Myers to buy everybody ice cream and take them trick-or-treating? No, okay? Michael Myers is a serial killer. and he kills people. That's what he does. So, of course, in 2018, when Halloween came out, it wasn't so violent. So people were like, oh, okay, this is great. The critics were like, oh, God, my dick's hard. But now you throw a little violence into it in 2021, and, you know, I hate to say it, but the way our society is nowadays, where everybody gets literally offended for anything. I'm probably offending somebody right now for saying this. But now the violence is too much. Like, what the fuck did you expect? Of course the movie's going to be violent. Okay? And the acting. Oh, the acting is fucking terrible. It's a slasher movie. You want to see good acting? You want to see great acting? Go watch a movie, go watch, I don't know, a Disney movie. You know, they're pretty well acted, whatever. Don't down, like, that's a stupid reason to down a movie, especially one that you know. The title's Halloween Kills, okay? It's going to be fucking violent. The acting, it's a slasher movie. A lot of your slasher movies are shit acted. This one isn't as bad as a lot of other ones. I mean, look at a lot of the Friday the 13th movies. Those are horribly acted movies, but they're still fun and they're good. They're fun to watch. People need to stop getting so offended over fucking everything. That's the problem with everything. Like, this is why I feel like people are hating this movie, because people get too easily damn offended. It's dumb. Stop. Stop. Grow some nuts. Stop. The movie was violent. It's supposed to be violent. The kills were amazing. I laughed my fucking ass off when that woman was shooting at Michael Myers with that big hand cannon, motherfucker, and then Michael kicked the door and it went, oh, that was fucking hilarious. Like, she was talking all this shit like, yo, I shot a gun before. Yeah, you better give me that. I know what I'm doing. The one thing I will say, everybody in this movie is a horrible fucking shot. Everybody couldn't hit the fucking broadside of a barn. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. But it was fun. The scene with the firefighters, guys, they had to make a logical way for Michael Myers to escape the burning building. What better logical way than having the firefighters try to put out the fire and he somehow gets out? And the firefighters, like, stood their ground. They went out like heroes. Like, they tried to fuck Michael Myers up. I mean, it didn't work. But that's what I'm saying. People gotta stop. Like, you guys are taking a movie that's supposed to be great. It was a love letter to the fans. It was, you know, all the callbacks to the originals. Fucking, you know, I love how they brought stories from 1978 and they brought them full circle. I love the fact that while Laurie was present in this one, it was more like the hunter becoming the hunted, and the fact that these people brought this mob together to hunt Michael Myers. Tommy Doyle brought the mob together to hunt Michael Myers, yet it's very hard to hunt an apex predator. And they showed that, like, in the final sequence when Karen takes Michael's mask off and runs like 2 blocks away and then drops the mask, and he, you know, and then all the mob comes in and, you know, Michael Myers, you know, puts his mask on, he's getting ready, and then they jump him and Michael Myers gets fucked up. I mean, they beat the shit out of Michael Myers. They shoot him, they hit him with bats, 2x4s and everything. And Michael Myers, and the thing is, they're showing Michael Myers trying to fight back in all this, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's just taking the beating and not trying to defend himself. They show him trying to defend himself. And then, you know, you think he's dead because they beat him to death, or he's getting ready to die, and then superhuman Michael Myers takes over again and he kills everybody, including Tommy Doyle, from this mob. And then, big spoiler here, he ends up killing Karen at the very end, which, in my opinion, this is segueing into Halloween Kills, because if you paid close attention to Laurie's dialogue towards the middle of the movie after she wakes up after surgery and everything, and she's talking about how, you know, she dies when he dies or something along that line. It's making me think more and more that when Halloween Ends comes out, I believe Laurie is going to sacrifice herself to kill Michael Myers. And what I mean is they're both going to ultimately kill each other. And that's how the story is going to end, because I think now she's going to make it a point, because Michael killed Karen, to hunt Michael, and then she's going to do everything it takes, even ending her own life to end his. Which, you know, that's where I'm leaning along with this. And guys, this was a bridge film, okay? Yeah, it didn't do a lot with progressing the story, but it gave you enough to segue it into the last one. You had the 2018 version, which kind of established everything from 78 and kind of rekindled it and stuff and added a little more to it. Then you have Halloween Kills, which is just a splatter fest for the fans to get everybody ready for the more probably story-driven Halloween Ends. And I just don't understand why people are hating it so much. Like, it did its job. It did what it was supposed to do. And for the critics, it wasn't made for you. This movie was not made for you, so your opinions literally don't matter. This movie was made for the fans. And it hurts your boy Horror Gamer in the soul when he sees people, fans of the movie, hating on this movie with, like, reasons that are just make no sense. Like, are you just hating the movie because you want to follow that trend of people who hate the movie? Like, I literally went on Facebook and just hear people bitching about the violence. Like, if you can't handle the violence, go watch Mary Kate and Ashley Go to the Mall or something. You know, go watch Frozen, because it's about Michael Myers doing his thing, and he does it masterfully in this movie. He kills a lot of people, and he kills a lot of people very violently. And it was just a great movie all around. Like I said, the surprise kill at the end, I love the way it ended. Like I said, he kills Karen, and he's standing in his house looking out at Haddonfield, and nobody even knows what's going on yet, because after he killed the mob, he must have snuck in the back door when Karen was up in his sister's room and got her, and then he's just standing there watching everything unfold. So kudos to David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, you know, the score, John Carpenter. Holy shit. Like, the score in this movie was amazing. Now, I will say, the part that kind of for me, there is a part, like I said, it wasn't a perfect movie. For me, it was damn near perfect, but I kind of think like they could have done without the whole everybody chasing the other escaped mental patient thing. That was kind of stupid when everybody thought that that was Michael Myers. I mean, the guy was like 3 feet tall, and he looked like the Penguin from Batman. You know that's not Michael Myers. Like, obviously, like, to make Tommy Doyle think that that's Michael Myers, like in the movie, like, I get right there was kind of like a meh, you know. That was someone dropped a ball in that part of the story, because let's be honest, Michael Myers, tall, thin dude. The guy they're chasing, old, fat, small, looked like the Penguin. That is completely not Michael Myers, and everybody knows that Michael Myers is not going to run away from you. And that's when, like, when the patient finally, like, kills himself and jumps out the window because everybody's, like, getting ready to attack him, and he jumps out of the window of the hospital. Sheriff Brackett's in there. He's like, it's not Michael, it's the wrong guy. And then Tommy Doyle says something. It's like, well, he's always worn a mask. How do we know that that's not him? Because you're still breathing. That's why, for one. And for two, I mean, you saw him when you were a child, and you remember seeing him, like, vividly. I mean, I know you get a little shorter as you grow old, but you don't, like, shrink, like, 3-4 feet. So it was kind of like, okay, I think they were going for that as kind of like a emotional scene, because it was emotional. Like, when it was sad when the guy killed himself, because that was the only way he saw he could get out of there. It was violent when he hit the ground, but that part they could have shortened that a little bit. They didn't have to, like, I don't know. But other than that, the movie was fucking top notch. I love the movie. I think the movie is really getting shit on by people who just either don't really like the Halloween franchise or hasn't been following the franchise since the beginning, or two, they're just wanting to be the sheep in a herd that, you know, you get people who just don't like anything, don't matter what it is, you know, they just want to be the opposing side for anything, when they could possibly secretly love the movie, but they won't tell you that. But all in all, Halloween Kills, fucking tremendous movie. Definitely go check it out any way you can. Like I said, you can watch it at home on Peacock if you still don't want to go out in the theaters and shit. But I think you have to do like the paid version of Peacock. You can't get that shit for free. Yeah, you got to do the Peacock or go out and see it in theaters. But your boy Horror Gamer definitely recommends you see this fucking movie, because this movie was... Mwah. So, with all that out of the way, what would your boy Horror Gamer give this movie? I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, the only thing that kept it from being a perfect 10 for me was the whole other escaped convict storyline that they used. Which, I mean, it is what it is, but it was kind of meh. But other than that, the movie was great. Good effects, good callbacks, good... I loved the fucking throwback scenes. I love it. All in all, great movie, guys. Definitely go check that shit out. With all that being said, Horror Horde, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that dingly ding ding button. That way your boy Horror Gamer, that way you know when your boy Horror Gamer throws up one of these awesome reviews. Then when you're done doing that, head on over to the Z Network and see what kind of cool stuff we got going on out there. A bunch of us creators got together and created something special for everybody. Then, when all that's said and done with, head on over to the official Horror Gamer Patreon and see what kind of cool stuff we got going on out there. Last night was a Patreon movie party, and we watched Halloween Kills together with the patrons. It was a great time. It was almost like we all went to the movies together. It was so awesome. Then, after all that said and done with, head on over to wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Check out Horror Haven LLC. Guys, this Thursday is the season 1 finale of Horror Haven LLC. And boy, we are ending it with a bang, because we have special guests coming on the show. We have, I don't know if you guys have been listening to the pods recently, but we have the writer, producer, directors of Hell House LLC on the pod this Thursday. It's going to be a good time. We're going to pick their brains a little bit. We're going to see how it went, how the directing, like what made them, you know, I got a plethora of questions to be asking these guys, but definitely tune in and check that out. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a good time with it. I'm excited. Your homeboy Horror Gamer and your homegirl Gabby Gore. You know what? Gabby Gore made this happen. So shout out to you, Miss Gabs. Thank you. It's going to be an exciting fucking time. But yeah. So, all right, Horror Horde. With all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys. As always, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.